When you want to use the alpha information of an image texture, then you have to enter the shadow editor and connect the alpha output of the image texture with the alpha input of the shadow node. But this is not all, then you have to enter the material properties and scroll down till you find settings. There, search for blend mode and shadow mode and switch both to alpha clip. More and detailed information about this topic in this video now. When you are a 3D artist and work with Blender, you may come to the point where you don't work only with 3D objects and want to use 2D images for more details, for example decals. This means you can work with a more simpler 3D geometry and the image texture do the rest, as well for rendering. But you need to know how the settings have to be, because there's a problem. The top workspace shows the rendering preview of the scene. The bottom workspace has enabled the solid preview. I have chosen texture as the color type instead of material in the viewport shading settings. This allows me to see the texture in solid view. I have switched the lighting from studio to flat for this presentation too. Before we start to dive into this topic, I want to say that you have to know how to generate or get an image texture with alpha information. You can only save transparency information with the PNG format or TIFF. JPEGs are not able to transfer alpha information. As well, you have to know how to create and assign a material to the object. It is very simple, so I rush quickly through it. In the material properties, you need simply click on the plus icon and hit the new button. Enter the edit mode with the tab key, select all and assign the material to the selection. Go back to the object and call up the new workspace, the shader editor. Drag and drop the PNG texture beside the shader node and connect the color information. That's all. I like to disable the specular information for this scene. And there you see already the problem. In solid view you already have the transparent areas, but not in render preview. So how to fix this? The loaded image texture to the shader editor has alpha information, but we need to tell the shader that there is alpha information. So take the alpha output of the image texture node and pull it to the alpha input of the shader node. So far this hasn't made any great effect, but there is a second step what you have to do. I scroll down in the material properties till I find settings and unfold this section. Here you have the blend mode. At the moment opaque is selected. We need to switch this to alpha clip. And this enables the alpha information for rendering too. Everything works fine so far, but the shadow is still from the image texture plane. And I want that the texture information casts the shadow, not the 3D object. The solution is very close. Underneath blend mode you find shadow mode. Just switch opaque to alpha clip here too, and that's it. If you don't cast any shadows in your scene, then you need to check your light source. Select it and go to the object data properties. Is shadows enabled? This is basically the only important setting here. So I'll repeat the process for you one more time again with this brush prop here. Select the object with the material which have an alpha image texture loaded. Connect the alpha channels in the shader editor. Next go to the settings of the material properties and select alpha clip for blend and shadow mode. And that's all so far. Thank you very much for watching. It would be very nice to give this video a like and or subscribe to my YouTube channel for more game dev videos. Cheers!